Good afternoon, folks. This is your host for Alert and Alive Twitch, coming to you from the great state of Texas. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed and are sharing the good word with your friends and family members about what we're trying to do here. Again, the purpose of this channel is not to delve into politics, not to delve into religious differences or touch on the kinds of civil issues that a lot of people are upset about today. My focus is to be on preparedness. And whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, belong to the Muslim faith, whether you're a Christian, and there are many different faiths of Christian, the idea is to heighten awareness and alertness, to be prepared for the difficult things that we're all going through right now. Recently, yesterday, there were a swath of tornadoes that swept through, Illinois and Kentucky and Arkansas, Ohio, destroying homes, and unfortunately, people have died and lost their lives in these systems. We have horrific snowfall in the Western Rockies that have trapped people for hours, sometimes days, in these mountain passes where you get 4 or 5 feet of snow, and they have to live in their cars. You have stuff like this going on almost every day in different parts of the world. So this channel's intent is to focus on what we can do as people to get ourselves through these difficult situations, and also to report on news that may impact on preparedness. And so some things have happened. I did prepare a video on go bags. I promised you that I would do that after my last video. And we did shoot a video. It was about 20 minutes, but after reviewing it, I realized there were some things that were missing that I think are important that you'll want to know. So I'm not going to put that video on podcast for viewing yet, because we have some more work to do to get that right. We're gonna shoot again this week, and that'll be coming later in this week, if not early next week. Just a couple of things that I want to report on that I'm watching and have concern about. The commander of NORAD a couple of days ago said that they've noticed along our border that the cartels are using drones to surveil along the border now. As we learned from the war in Ukraine, drones have become a reality in terms of reconnaissance, in terms of armament, in terms of using them to destroy enemy weapon systems. Drones are being used today. We used to say in the Army that if you can be seen, you can be engaged and destroyed. And the fact that the drug cartels are using these drones now to surveil our borders and know where our police are, our border police and so on, that was very concerning. And so the NORAD commander raised that as a flag, as a warning flag, that people are getting more sophisticated in the kinds of things that they're using. I've also read recently that some of these drug-related elements are using IED attacks now to attack civilians and police within Mexico across our border. That's very concerning to me. I spent 2 years in Iraq. That was the weapon of choice most of the time of the people who were trying to inhibit the progress there, was to attack us and others with IEDs. So as these things evolve and new technologies become available, people who want to use them to hurt others, unfortunately, are harnessing that. And what does that mean in terms of our preparedness? Well, as you probably heard in the news, the Haitian government has collapsed, and the entire country is being run by different gangs and people who are outside the official government. I've read accounts of some of the people who are American, who are trapped in there. Some of our missionary doing Christian activities and things and can't get out. And again, the kind of situation that if you can't leave your home, if it's unsafe in the streets because of the chaos that is taking place there, what do? Well, you hope that relief will come, that things will calm down, that they'll find a solution, that governments outside of Haiti can help restore order to protect the people who don't want to be part of it. But again, that's a time where if you stay off the streets, you need to have enough food and water to carry you through for an undetermined period of time, as it may not be safe to go to local grocery stores or be anywhere downtown or in the streets where you have different marauding types of people engaged in these horrific activities. So there will always be a need and reasons to be prepared. And so my message to you is look at what's going on in our world and then ask yourself, do I have some holes in my emergency preparedness or plans that I can fill? So if, my community gets hit by a tornado, gets hit with a hurricane or, flooding or a horrific snowstorm where we can't even get out of our house because, we've got 5 or 6 feet of snow in the front yard, are you prepared to be able to survive and take care of your children, of your families, and help the neighbor next door? And that's the other thing I want to mention. Know who your neighbors are. It's easier if you can help each other. And what one neighbor has in the way of assistance, another neighbor may not have. And so you share with each other as a community to get through hard times. So get to know your neighbors, speak to each other, know what the kind of training and background that you have, so that when trying times hit a whole community, you can cross level and help each other out until federal assistance or the Red Cross or church organizations can get to you and help you. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. I will say one other item of news that is concerning to me is Russia reported yesterday that the Houthis may have supersonic missile capability. And traditionally, to have that kind of technology, you're looking at a superpower country such as the United States, China, Russia. We know it has that technology. But we also know that from past reports that the Russians share, military hardware with the Iranians, and the Iranians are the key supporters of the Houthis and the attacks that they're making on the shipping lanes in the Red Sea. So this is very concerning to me, because if they have hypersonic missile capability, it's going to be harder for our fleet and those of other countries who have joined us with their naval warships to be able to protect themselves as well as the sea lanes. So we're going to have to see how this develops and what goes on. But at the end of the day, focus on the 7 P's that I have spoken with to you in the past, which are proper prior planning prevents pathetic poor performance. If you remember those 7 P's and do things as you can within your capability. I mean, I know that to a large extent, the preparedness levels of people and their families are going to differ based on the amount of household income and things that we have, our disposable income. But it's easy, I found, to be able to go to a store and throw in an extra couple of cans of tuna fish. I know prices are very high. There's inflation that is afflicting the entire country. But if you can pick up a few little extra things as you go shopping for your family, things that they will eat, throw in an extra case of water from Walmart. We're fortunate enough to have a club carrying card like a Costco or Sam's Club, where you can buy 48 bottles of water for $3 or $4. That's an easy way to spend a little bit of extra money and have a few things, in your home that in time of emergency will get you through, and put some of that in your vehicle as well. Again, we're going to reshoot the go bags this week. I think it'll be a better podcast. That as we reviewed the one we did this week, there were some holes in it and things we forgot. So I really want to make this right for all of you. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed. Please put a like on these videos. It helps with the broader dissemination to the body who wants to learn more about these things. And I just want to thank you very much for those of you who are with us. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you.